What's up, comrade? We're going to be streaming here in just a little bit. Eddie's about to hop on. We're going to go on with the folks from Ministry of Science at 7:15 Central to talk about what would Marx do. So it should be interesting. They have folks in there that have specialties in areas that neither Eddie or I do, specifically the harder sciences. So it should be a fruitful and insightful conversation. What's up, comrade Noah, comrade Ben, comrade Bean, comrade Jacob? Let's hope we don't get bots today. We had some bots last time. Those are annoying. Eddie should be hopping on in any moment. Ooh, degree in physics. That sounds fun. I've been getting into science, so I never really cared much about school when I was in high school. So all my science classes, I wish I would have paid more attention to them. But now I'm getting into the role that Marxism and dialectical materialism has in the sciences. And I just got Helena Sheehan's book, Marxism and the Philosophy of Science. So I have found myself of having to go back and just watch Khan Academy videos on basic stuff about science in order to understand some of the stuff that I'm reading. It's been very fruitful. I feel like once you begin to enjoy learning, it really doesn't matter what you're learning about. You start to enjoy it. So degree in physics, that's pretty cool. Let's see. The big obstacle we have today is whether we're going to be able to do a dual stream, because the folks we're going to be talking to are going to be streaming themselves. And I like to say I'm a tech caveman, and I think Eddie's perhaps the next historical epoch ahead, but he's also not too technologically advanced. So let's hope that we can connect the streams. If not, we're going to try to figure out a way to send you folks to their stream, because we'll hop on there. But let's hope that doesn't have to happen and that we can do the dual stream. Keep in mind when reading through that chapter. Okay. So Jacob says, I'm halfway through the first chapter of Marx's Capital, Volume 1. What's one thing I should keep in mind? Well, keep in mind what Marx tells you in the prefaces to Capital, which is that those earlier chapters are a hell of a lot more difficult than the ones that come after. But they're difficult for a reason. The relations that he's examining are themselves complex. And when he's examining them in chapter 1, he's doing it as abstractly as he needs to. And by that, I mean that the sort of logic of Capital is that he keeps on getting more and more and more concrete. So you're going to find in chapter 3 and chapter 4, he's going to begin to give you these formulas for the circuits of capital. And what you find by the time that you get to like volume 2 is that the formulas are much richer. So the best tip that I would give you is to stick with it, because it's definitely a valuable read, not just volume 1. Most people finish in volume 1, but read all 3 of them. One of the things you'll find when you crack open volume 3, the first paragraph talks about how finally we have got to the point where we're beginning to depict things as they appear in society, which means that he had to develop the categories of capitalism as a totality in such a way so that at the end of it is when you get the most concrete understanding of the existing order. So just keep on with it. And The book was published more than 150 years ago. There's a lot of good readers, and I'd say always go for a reader, especially if you're reading these bigger books. I didn't necessarily do it with Capital the first time I read it. I've read the readers of Capital mainly for research purposes, but I did do it with my readings of the bigger Hegel books, the Science of Logic specifically, and the readers always help. For Capital, I would recommend a book by, I don't know if I have it here, but Michael Heinrich, which is called An Introduction to the Three Volumes of Capital. Especially if you plan on reading beyond volume 1, I'd definitely go for that one. It's published my monthly review. I think it was originally published in German, and then it was translated. But then, of course, the David Harvey readers also quite good. I haven't read it. I know that Eddie, when he was going through Capital, he went through it with the David Harvey reader, and he said it helped quite a bit. So I trust his judgment. But there's a bunch of them. There's a whole lot of books that help you read Capital, and even if some of them have like theoretical mistakes, part of like growing and understanding things better is realizing how it was that either the person you read or the thing you understood was understood incorrectly. So don't be like afraid of being wrong, or of picking up a secondary reader that's not that good. But I think that if you opt for the Heinrich one or the Harvey one, you're gonna get some top of the notch. I think that's top of the notch interpretation of Capital. So Luddites. I'm not sure what that means. Luddites. Yo. Y'all took that so serious. I was high when I wrote it. You know what's funny, that the 11 Theses on Feuerbach, Engels just finds them along with documents. He gets asked to do. He gets asked by the paper of the German Social Democratic Party to do an article on Marxist relation to Feuerbach, their relationship to Feuerbach, as a sort of review to this big Feuerbach book that had been published. And Engels says the first thing he went to go do is look for the 8 octaves of notes that they had on German idealist philosophers. And he ends up finding in that process the 11 Theses, which are, there are 11 theses, like it's a short 2 to 3 page document. And one of the things that I've heard someone like Vijay Prashad joke around, which is where he says that, what if the 11th thesis was just something that Marx wrote like during a lunch break or something, but we take it so seriously, right? That's one of those things, especially with Marx. He was someone that was, when it came to publishing, he was so meticulous. Like, he wouldn't send something out for publication unless he felt like it was absolutely perfect. But today, a lot of the newer scholar that's done in Marx's academia revolves around these letters and these unpublished manuscripts. And I think that, we can definitely get insights from the stuff that's not published and from the letters, but we also have to remember that that Marx was very strict with what he sent to publication. And often the stuff that was published was almost like forced by his friends and his comrades. Let's see. Making My Way Through Foundations of Leninism. Excellent. It's a great book. 1924 Stalin. It's good. What's up, Dust? Did you see the concern? I saw that. We retweeted a picture of him in the beach. So that's Luddites are a group of breaking machines. Okay, yeah, that's like the Silesian workers in 1843. Marx wrote an article about that. He did say that by breaking the machines, they were expressing a higher form of class consciousness than the Chartists, who were attacking like the individual capitalists. They were breaking the machines and the property ledgers. Okay, so Eddie's hopping on in just a second. He just went live. Okay, just went live to Eddie joins you. That's over. Yeah, so as I mentioned, when there was less people in the room, we're going to be doing today a segment with the folks from the Ministry of Science talking about what Marx would do in our current conjuncture. And the obstacle that I think we might face is figuring out how to do a dual stream because they're going to be streaming as well. So I'm gonna wait till Eddie to see if he knows how to connect us before I try to connect us. So someone, can you recommend an intro to dialectical materialism? Uh, if you're just completely unfamiliar with dialectical materialism, I'd say go for the Soviet manuals. We have two sets of Soviet manuals, one of them by Konstantinov. That's the one that my father, when he was in Cuba, that's the one that he read, and I've read that one, and it's quite good. It's got its mechanistic moments, but it's a really good manual for learning. And there's another one that's the more famous Soviet manual. Both of them you can find at our library in Midwestern Marx. Let me link it to the chat. Our online library with also a collection of a bunch of other books that are pretty good. I'd also would recommend, although it has its flaws, Stalin's Dialectical and Historical Materialism. It's a shorter text that it's easier to get through. I'd recommend Lenin's On the Question of Dialectics or Mao's On Contradiction. All of these are really good. Engels's Ludwig Feuerbach. It's a shorter pamphlet of 60 pages. That's where, in the first publication of that, that's where the 11th thesis on Feuerbach is included as an appendix. Those are all great sources for getting started. Some people, some comrades have mentioned that Maurice Comforth, he's got some good textbook style work where he unfolds dialectical materialism. I've read some of it. I think that it comes in the same vein as the Soviet manuals. I don't think it's bad, but there's richer materials out there. But people want to read like what's perfect at first, and I would definitely advise against that. Like, there's a lot of texts like the manuals that have been heavily criticized for various things, and critique of something doesn't mean you shouldn't engage with it. Like the manuals, there's critiques that I would have. I consider myself a Marxist-Leninist, and the manuals are literally called Fundamentals of Marxism-Leninism or the Philosophy of Marxism-Leninism. Oh, thank you, man, Marxist. But I'd still engage with them, even though they have their flaws, because one of the best learning experiences is recognizing when something has a limitation. And that's why I still, I'd use, what's up, Comrade Lamido? Thanks for being here. That's why I still use this, dialectical and historical materialism. Although it has its flaws, it's a good intro text. And the person that translated, let's see, where I have my copy? I don't think I have my copy here. The person that translated Marx's Grundrisse to English for the first time in 1976, the Grundrisses are a series of 7 notebooks that Marx writes from 1857 to 58. And they're the stuff he writes before he publishes a contribution to the critique of political economy in 59, which is like the dress rehearsal for Capital. The person that translated the Grundrisse, Martin Nicolaus, to English for the first time ever, he said that Stalin's dialectical and historical materialism, although it has its flaws, it's a really good pedagogical tool to teach the Marxist outlook. So I definitely say go for it, read that. it's pretty good. And here we go. What's up, buddy?
Howdy, folks. Hey, how's it going, brother?
Good, good. So I was mentioning to the audience that the obstacle we have ahead of us is technological in nature, which is how the hell do we link the two streams?
Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas in the audience? Where are they streaming from?
Let me see. They mentioned that they just went on stream as well.
I wonder if we could screen record their part of the stream.
Let's see. They're streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay, so maybe I can. What's the name of their channel? Ministry of Science.
The peer review. That's the. I'm gonna link their page to the StreamYard.
Oh, I see him.
So they sent us a link in the email that I shared with you, Eddie, for us to join. I don't know what's going to happen if we click on it and we stay here on the live.
Okay. Yep. I mean, I think that'll just go live for us. And then, I don't know, the audience should be able to hear the audio still. Should we try and enter that link?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in our Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think only one of us would have to do it, right?
Yeah.
No.
I don't see where it is though.
I emailed it to you.
Okay.
I forwarded it to you. So. Let's see. So it's passwords. Screen share with room. What does that mean?
So we can share our screen. So I could share our. I think I could share our StreamYard screen. And then just go in there.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you do it, and then I'll wait for your results.
Okay. Let's share that screen. I'll move StreamYard over there.
Prime example of that.
Yes, I do it.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
There we go. So we get a 2-for-1 on the same screen. All right, that makes
Can you guys hear? Good. Can you hear us yet?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Okay.
I'm not seeing them either, Eddie.
Yeah, I got Is that working now? Speaker one?
Yeah, no, my advisor is certainly one of those people. Okay, there we go.
Got it? Okay. Sweet. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear Carlos yet, though. Carlos, do you want to open the link that they sent us, enter it, and turn your audio on? Would that work?
Okay. Let me try that.
Sweet. Then I'll make us full screen here.
Did you join room with camera or screen share?
Yeah, camera. Sorry. I screen shared, but I'm just screen sharing our StreamYard.
Hello, microphone.
So, Grimlow, I saw on your stream today you did the whole Zizek thing, right? Where are the Marxists, right? So, here
Hello?
we go. We got them. A frustrating tangent we went on trying to explain violence of systems to people. Yeah, that was I don't know.
It says my camera can't be on already.
Oh,
It's a little more.
well, you don't need to turn your.
Harder.
Sorry. You don't need. I'm trying to explain it to Carlos. Carlos, you don't need to turn your camera on because you're already on. I've already shared our screen. So if you just come in and share your audio, I think it'll be good because we can already see your face.
Okay, disable video. Start. Let's see. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, shoot. No, I hear double, though.
I think I hear.
No, I hear double, though.
An extra in the room.
Carlos,
I think it
mute your
almost sounds like
StreamYard.
Carlos's echo.
Carlos, mute your StreamYard.
Okay, I'm muted now.
Is that better?
I still hear it.
There's still an echo.
Oh, no echo?
Hey, folks, can everyone hear me?
Let's see if I can fix the video. All right, we got Eddie back. I think we still have. Oh yeah, Carlos muted himself. So in theory, if Carlos wanted to turn on camera, he could. It's up to.
I'm gonna tell the stream people that we're gonna be doing this, just so that they don't think we left them out or something.
Send them the link too to the live so they can come watch.
I'll do that. Let me get this.
Stealing people's audience, typical left.
I mean, you know me, Grandma. I'm one of the best grifters online.
True. So Eddie, you know, like any good superhero movie, like what's your origin story? Like how did you guys start Midwestern Marx? Why did you start? And like, what's your what you doing?
Yeah, thanks. We started it. Carlos and I both graduated from the same college in Iowa, and it was during the pandemic and after the Bernie campaign, after the DNC and the establishment candidates sort of coalesced against Bernie there. So we wanted to go in a more, I guess, Marxist direction, for lack of a better word. More theoretical education, try and push workplace org.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because we're technological cavemen, and I knew this was gonna be a problem, but anyways, I have just linked for the folks on YouTube and the folks on Twitch their YouTube channel. We're gonna hop on live there. Why would I ever go to Iowa? I went there for baseball, but we're gonna hop on live there. You can check it out there. If not, what we're gonna do is just repost their stream on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see it there. I'm sorry, I wish we could have kept the stream going, but our technological capacities do not allow us. So we're gonna close this down. I linked their YouTube channel where we are going to be live. I linked it to the YouTube and to the Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitter, you can hop on to YouTube or Twitch and see it through there. And then we're going to repost it on our YouTube. I'm sorry we couldn't get this to work, but if anything, once Eddie and I are done there, we'll do a stream, react to some stuff, and have some fun over here, and then also post their stream on YouTube. So sorry we couldn't get it to work, and we'll see you